Hello and welcome back to more Dwarf Fortress, the game that will make you hopelessly addicted to achieving nothing all day. I've learned two things from playing this game. One, my life is terribly sad, and two, I've amounted to everything my stepfather told me I would, which is nothing. Let's start right back off from where we left. Goblins. My absolute monster of an elephant somehow climbed down my dwarf-sized stairs to absolutely rip these cheap Shrek knockoffs apart. Now, I didn't command it to do so I'm more than happy with my elephant's choice of violence. Now, immediately after witnessing my elephant dismember these goblins, another human wants to join my population. I believe it's out of fear, but apparently they just have a dwarf fetish. At this point in time, I believe the elephant attack is a holy sign, as one of my ugly dwarven children immediately made some sort of nice wood bracelet immediately afterwards. Now, I realize this might piss off some elves, so I will absolutely try to sell it to them. At the same time, I hope this will piss off the dwarven child and teach them a good lesson. That lesson being that nothing they will ever do will be important. Now that I have a human erotic dancer and a murder elephant, my population begins to boom again. But this time I completely understand why. Both those things are amazing. Right after my big third population boom, another child makes something I will never be able to pronounce. It's a wooden ring, but it's of the highest quality. I believe this is bullshit, as children don't know how to build anything, let alone stud something with platinum that's made out of wood. I believe it's one of those my parents did my homework kind of situations. I will later sell it and make sure I lose a ton of money on it. Somehow, past my erotic dancers and enough booze to drown all of Canada, one of my stupid short children become angry. They have everything they could ever want and are absolutely spoiled in life, so I find a fitting name for them. This child absolutely disdains cooperation. I will most likely lock them in a room with the other children so that she can try hating to escape with them. Force cooperation away. I imagine it being like the Saw movie but with dwarves. As I renamed the Twitter dwarf, I noticed that one of my 14-year-old dwarfs felt amazing for being drunk. She has some sort of joke to tell me about giant badgers and lorikeets, but I believe it will just be some sort of drunk rambling from somebody who thinks themselves smarter because they listen to Billie Eilish. I noticed some of my production is down, and this is bad because I will need some blunt and rusted tools to attack my foes with. I will make sure I rotate out the dwarves to have very unskilled dwarves to be the master of these places to ensure absolute shit quality. Another human wants to join my dwarves, and I'm happy with it. I have no doubt that my dwarves find humans absolutely repulsive, so I like adding them. At the same time, I noticed that there's spider monkeys in this game, which provides me with a sense of ease knowing that these don't exist in real life. I believe it would be like a monkey-sized spider with opposable thumbs. Nightmare-inducing. I also noticed that the stripper can speak well and likes poetry. I find the thought of slam poetry and strip dancing funny as hell and allow her to join my dwarves. My Minecraft VTuber is mad at me because it didn't have any silk and decides to pester the local children. Just like a Smash Bros event. Still don't understand the thought process here, but somehow shitlord my ass absolutely loved killing this VTuber, but it's caused the dwarven child trauma and made them uneasy. Perhaps this child loves suffering? I might rename them something more terrible later if they continue this behavior. I also might provide them with some real trauma to make them feel even better. Now, because I know how much my dwarven children love to drink, I will put all the things they have made into a display in my bar. Until I sell it to the elves. Or, I'll lock them behind a door so they can never see them again and only catch a glimpse of them as I sell them for next to nothing. Now, some of my nobles want armor racks and weapons around the rooms. I don't know why they would need armor and weapons, but I know a few of them have children, and hopefully they will hurt themselves on a sword or something. Now, all of my human erotic dancers keep telling their human friends how awesome it is to be laughed at all day and my population climbs again. But at this point in time, I'm going to refuse humans. I believe there's a correlation between the human dancers and the population booms, but I might be wrong and I don't care if I am. It's a terrible statistic, but I've realized next to none of you are subscribed. I thought YouTubers only did this because they were completely self-absorbed, but it turns out a lot of you forgot how to hit subscribe. I know how hard it can be suffering massive motor function loss at the hands of a step-parent, but hit subscribe and join my Discord. We have a nice room dedicated to people who want to confess their sins. It's absolutely terrible. I get a notification that one of my dwarven children was passed to a thief. Now, it should say a kidnapping or something, but I don't know the term for dwarven children napping. I would invent a term, but I'm not smart enough, so you guys make one up that's funny and pretend it's me saying it. When looking to see any information about this dwarf, I noticed that I had one dwarf who enjoyed watching the human strippers. They were also born with a full beard. This child is a non-creative, clumsy peace lover who is also distrustful. Sounds like a future Harry Potter villain or something. The trader comes once again with the diplomacy pop-up. This time he says he's going to reward me, but I have to treat my nobility well and that they're responsibilities. This is not my definition of a reward. He says, imagine the trade wagons, like I will need any of the higher quality shit they're making. I refuse his offer immediately. I find another angry dwarf. They are mad because since their birth, I've made them only do orderlies and haul my shit around. Now, I think this would be an honor, so I'm going to enclose her in a room with the child who hates cooperating. This dwarf is sickly and will hopefully make both of them sick. Now, to address my other angry dwarf child, this one is horrified at reliving seeing my Minecraft VTuber die. I like the idea of giving them the job to love remembering the idea of the Minecrafter dying. I will set them up so they never do anything else but remember their past trauma. Maybe I'll throw them in the room with the sickly dwarf too. And for my last angry child, I will provide them with almost a gift. I like having a name that's more so not a name, so when people refer to them it will always be awkward. This child also drinks and values cooperation, so they're definitely going into the room. This room of angry dwarfs will soon be the equivalent to Dr. Phil's sending them to the ranch, except in my ranch, they will succumb to sickness and horrible deaths. Earlier, when I didn't have my recording software open, one of my dwarfs decided to assault one of my female dancers. Now, because I'm a human, it made me feel like I was a pimp, and one of my girls got slapped by an angry customer. So I appoint somebody who loves sacrifice and hates knowledge as my militia captain and send them to go attack the dwarf who did one of my girls dirty. What I love about this game is that its version of justice is just assaulting the person who caused the assault. My militia commander knocked him out despite the fact the convicted assaulter, a knoll or whatever, is a brawler. He is also prone to anger and is a musician, so I found it appropriate to beat the living shit out of him. Now, I can continue the story of these dwarves, but because of all the nice feedback I got from you guys in my last video, and thank you for that, gave me an idea. I want to start a new fortress and name the dwarves after anybody who joins my Discord or who comments on the video. I think it'd be much funnier if the dwarves were to like attack each other or something, but it's just viewers or Discord members. I'll keep adding to it as I go along, but I'll upload that one in like a week or so. If you guys have any games that you want me to do commentary over, just let me know in my Discord. I'd be more than happy to like explore doing more things. Also, if you want me to continue the storyline of these guys, just let me know. Also, thanks for all the support in the last video. I think before the end of the year I might hit 300 subscribers, and that just excites the living hell out of me. Thank you so much for that. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again.